All right, we are continuing. It is the day when we are turning in assignment 6, our poster. So I'm going to go to assignments, skip right to it, where we post. And there's a few things that this project allows us to do because we're designing type to go with our spot illustration, and then we're making it on a background and with a border, but it will also design type to go with our illustration that can be without a border, can be a spot illustration with text. So just to kind of show you the flexibility, once you have a good spot illustration, because we can also use this project to improve it, keep working on it for use in our poster. But if you go to links off of the homepage, you'll see what we can do with these spot illustrations. Scroll down to a new link, a new external source called redbubble.com. This is a company based in America and Australia. It's one of the original print-on-demand sites. And what's nice about Redbubble, like let's say you have a design, like this one, that includes a spot illustration and text. If you upload a high-quality, high-resolution PNG that's shaped with an offset to it, it can be used for multiple products. It can be used for things like t-shirts. It can be used for stickers, obviously. It can be even turned into a pattern. Right? So remember, as long as you have like a good quality shape and you understand how to make it work on versatile backgrounds, you can really use this kind of design for lots and lots of purposes. So this is the Forking Bull shirt. And it can work on all these different colors because it was designed with that in mind. And this one actually has a dark offset, right? Because it has kind of a light fill. But it works on dark colors and light colors, all with that in mind. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. All you do is, and this is totally optional for you, but you can go to redbubble.com, which is linked under links, and then you sign in. I just use my Gmail account, just like we've created an account on Pixabay. It's free, and they don't email you much except to confirm. And then if you wanted to sell and make your work public, you just have to make sure you own the rights to it, right? But why I recommend Redbubble and show it to students so they can get a sense of the versatility of their work is because when you put a piece of work in, get out of all these things. So if I manage my portfolio, for instance, and then add a new work, you can make it private just to yourself. So if I look at what we've done for assignment 5, which we finished off, right? My latest spot illustration, I think it is this one. Yes, indeed. So what I can do is grab that. That's got an offset. It's a PNG. It has no background, right? And when I upload it, I'm just going to call it, let's see, Unicorn Ablaze. Something like that. So now you can see all the different kind of products that it can work on. This is the flexibility of spot illustration, right? And you want it to work on a variety of backgrounds. And you can kind of choose what your preference is for how it's displayed. But because it's print on demand, if you make it public, then they can always choose a different color for it, and a different size and all of that. It actually works surprisingly well as a bucket hat. And again, if you have the rights to them, and I feel pretty secure that I have the rights to this, right? then you can make it public. But if you're not sure, you can make it private. So any products you don't want to deal with at the moment, you can disable. And then anything like prints, cards, and posters, you don't get to control the size of this. This will just use like if you saved it as a JPEG, it will use that rectangle. But you can set a background. Again, the versatility of having a PNG, a transparent background. So if I choose something like this, let's do a bluish. Kind of a nice pale blue, right? Then I can copy that hex code, apply those changes for the prints and cards and posters, and then maybe use it on something. What did I show? I showed a scarf to the other class. So I'll show a shower curtain or a comforter or duvet for this class. So notice that that's at 100% scale because I made it 11 by 14 by 350. That's big enough for posters, pretty much every size. It's not big enough for a king-size bed, right? So what can I do? Well, I can set the background color. And I can always modify these at any time. But then I can set it to pattern instead by using an offset grid. And we'll be learning all about offsetting. And so now you have this shower curtain, right? That's made of the repeated pattern. You can make socks, you can make a backpack, you can make a duffel bag, all with this kind of repeated pattern. Even if you don't have the size and resolution to make it just one image. So I'm going to disable all of these, but it's big enough for all of these. And then the one thing I use the most are the stickers. I love the stickers and the magnets. So I want to make sure that those are turned on. There they are, turned on. And there's not much to edit there. Notice that because I had an offset, it will add to that offset an extra border, right? Which I like. Okay, so also canvas bags. You need to make sure they kind of fit on there. Reusable shopping bags, that kind of thing. So whatever you think you might want to see. The backpack with the rainbow tail fart is interesting, but not right now, So then I just set that it's design and illustration. I set that it's digital art. And if I want to, I can add it to my collections. And in this case, I actually do. I want to add it to my sticker collection. I like this one. And, well, yeah, I'll add it to my stickers. And then this is what really matters, right? Who can view the work? Do I want to make it public to everybody? And if I do, I want to make sure that I have the rights to it, right? Is there nudity or, what does it say? Lingerie? It's really specific, but anyway. Adult language or basically my work is all immature. So. And then you say save, and it uploads. And if you say it's visible to the public, then it's viewable. And you can attach your PayPal account or a Venmo account or something, and you can make some passive income on it. But this is how the products show up. And just from those little settings, it generates all of these different options, right? Including a duvet cover and a shower curtain. And then if there are ones you decide, I don't really like it as a postcard or as an art print, right? I can always disable those. In fact, I think I will. Because that blue just doesn't seem all that great. Let's see. So I'm just going to disable that. And that's the only change I'm going to make. And I can also set it to only private. So that only I can see this stuff. And only I can purchase it. So if you're not clear on your intellectual property rights for it, then that's what I recommend. Now this is what's kind of fun. I can look at the magnets, for instance. And then this is how the public would see them. Even though I'm just viewing this privately right now. and I might want to grab an image of it. So that's a large refrigerator magnet. And maybe I want to post that to assignment 5. As kind of an optional extra, just to remind myself of what can be done with this work, right? Outside of just a class project. So in assignment 5, if I really like that magnet, I'm just going to post a screen grab of it, or a t-shirt, or a bucket hat, whatever it might be. And you can see how your digital imaging can then make an impact in the real world. So I'm just going to add that as an optional. Redbubble.com product. Now, do you make a lot of money doing this? Well, you can say that you want to earn however much money. I want to earn $50 on every bucket hat. But that's going to make those bucket hats really expensive. Because Redbubble makes its money by printing them, right? And shipping them and doing all of that. So let's say a bucket hat costs $25. If you say you want to get $50, then it's going to be a $75 bucket hat. And then you're going to be competing with a lot of artists that are selling their stuff for like $27. So they make $2 on the bucket hat, whereas you want to make $50. But you do have that ability. In general, what usually happens with these print-on-demand sites, you're just putting your work out there, and you might make a few sales. If you really promote it, this is where marketing really comes in and self-promotion, and you kind of tell people your stuff is out there and that they can get it, then you can have quite a few sales. And then maybe you earn like $100, $200 a month from it, right? But you have to spend a lot of time actually promoting the work and then putting new stuff up. But I like it because I'll earn like $30 a month, and I don't have to do a thing, and I never promote it, and it's just up there, right? And like random people from different places in the world, and they always let you know. Like someone from Thailand liked your sticker, right? So it's fun, but it also just shows you kind of the flexibility of the work. Yes? I am just Karl Frey, I think. I don't think there's anything complicated. But there are so many people on Redbubble, and there's so much AI now that, yeah, if you search me, you could probably find my stuff. But there is just a ton of stuff. So there aren't AI copies. There are just straight up Chinese product copies. Yeah. Just because of the way copyright works. Yes, that happens a lot. All right. Very, very good. So that is something to know. Now, I think the better product, because I actually ended up turning this off in Redbubble, right? Making it private, because I think the better product for Redbubble is going to be this with the text I'm designing. So you want to make sure you have your latest version of the spot illustration, and we are going to continue with our poster design for assignment 6. So where did we leave off? We were making the black vector shapes, and I'm going to use the AI working file for that. All right, and Adobe Illustrator is now updated to 2026. And hopefully that won't cause many glitches. I tried to turn the volume off here. Let's go. November is a busy month. Oh my God.
Over. Back. Button. Shut back off.
There we go. Okay. So this is what I had. This is done with just using the pen tool to create it, right? If I use the small selection tool, you can see the anchor points. I have to unlock it.